I'm Mike.
And I'm Cori.
And this is Stab's Best Wetsuits of 2021.
This year, we're searching for the best male and female 4-3 wetsuit.
And we're doing our testing in the birthplace of surf-specific neoprene, Santa Cruz, California.
7 brands submitted their rubber to be tested and reviewed by Mike.
It saved me from a brutal hiding out there, so I will forever be in its debt.
And myself.
I think they're really setting the gold standard in terms of women's suits specifically.
In this year's edition of Best Wetsuits. There would have been more, but the others got stuck on a boat.
To find a winner, we'll surf in all the suits and give them scores out of 100 based on their comfort and warmth. The top 3 male and female suits will qualify for the final, where we'll perform 5 unique challenges: agility, ease of entry, weight, warmth, and 1 final surf test.
The suits that earn the most points in these 5 challenges will be the best wetsuits of 2021.
Cracked the sound barrier, 6.82.
We'll also be testing and selecting our favorite surf boots. Warmth and performance are the general criteria.
Now, let's meet the contenders.
Round 1.
So I just tested out the Rip Curl Women's 4-3 full suit. About 3/4 of the way through my session, I realized I hadn't even thought about the wetsuit I was wearing until someone asked me how comfortable it was.
Kind of like paddling around in a sweater. Like, it's soft and cozy and feels nice, but you don't really want to paddle around in a sweater. It makes it super warm. It also makes it a little bit difficult for like paddling. It's just not quite as mobile as some of the other suits we've tried.
It was surprisingly comfortable for how complicated the neck situation is. Do the worst things for girls' design. They're like, they won't mind. They can handle this. It should have like a little cinch, like go around and then come back or something. So I just tested out the Rip Curl booty and it was so freaking easy to get on. It's like a sock.
It allows your foot to slide straight in without any issues whatsoever, which was amazing because one of the worst parts of wearing booties is getting them on and off.
And so I just figured because it was so easy to get on, there's got to be something else wrong with it. It can't be like an all good boot.
They actually let a decent amount of water in.
A little bit waterlogged throughout, so by the time I got out of the water, they were full.
It wasn't my favorite boot to wear, but it was by far my favorite boot to put on, and I feel like Rip Curl has solved a major issue with boots here, so I think if they could pair that with something a little bit warmer, this would be an amazing, amazing boot.
Round 2.
This is the Buell Subdivision 4-mil. Subdivision is Dane Reynolds' secret practice within the Buell family, and this 4-mil is his first major release. Putting it on, the rubber felt really nice and soft. I could immediately tell that it wasn't gonna be super restrictive, which I'm kind of used to in a 4-mil suit, but it felt super light and loose.
This was an extremely comfortable suit to wear, primarily because it fit me like a glove. There was no extra material to get in the way and fight with.
When I got in the water, I definitely got a slight flushing.
The one thing I would note is it kind of had a little bit of bulk in the back where it seals, and that can restrict movement just like a tiny bit. You kind of feel it in between the shoulder blades, but it doesn't really impede your paddle motion too much.
I think Buell's come a long way since the suit last year, which had some stitching issues and the material was a bit too light. Pretty much everything that Dane Reynolds makes, he puts a lot of time and effort into, so I think that's why this one came out so well. I also really liked these boots.
The split toe gives a really nice amount of stability on the board. I loved the dual adjustable straps to really cinch down as much or as little as you'd like. This nice fuzzy material inside to keep your feet nice and cozy.
They let in a little bit of water, but I think boots are kind of supposed to do that, and your feet warm them up, and yeah, it just felt really nice. I mean, I landed in air on a mid-length, so I think they probably work.
Round 3.
Mollusk is basically a surf shop out of San Fran, and they just started making suits and selling them, and I'm having trouble finding something to complain about with this suit. It's warm, the rubber feels nice, it's pretty flexy.
I really enjoyed wearing this suit, not just for the aesthetics of just the tiny logo hit on the arm, really minimal branding throughout, but it was extremely comfortable.
I guess if I had to find one thing to be critical about, it would be the cinches around your neck, your ankles, and your wrists. It's kind of like a rubber band right here, and it really snaps back onto you and like kind of suctions you a bit.
The real rubber band man, that's what they call me.
But on the other hand, it actually keeps out more water than a lot of the other suits we tested, so it does have a purpose.
And at a median price point, this suit feels super elevated for just $250, so would highly recommend.
Yeah, Mollusk, well done. This was a really, really solid suit, especially for your first go.
Round 3.
This is the Feral 4-3, and I mean, what can I say? Every year that I do this wetsuit test, I look forward to trying the Feral because it's always the same and it's always amazing.
This suit was really a dream to wear. Super silky feel, really lightweight, and you would be like, oh, this is probably a 3-2.
This material that they use, the Yamamoto rubber, it's just the best. You just can't compare it to anything else really. It's silkier, it's more watertight, and it just feels way nicer on your skin.
It really seems like Feral took a lot of care in crafting a suit and designing a suit that fits the female form really nicely. And so I think they're really setting the gold standard in terms of wetsuits and maybe women's suits specifically.
So these boots are pretty incredible. They basically serve the two major functions of being warm and super performance. The smoothie on the top here basically doesn't really let any water in, and then the grip down here is so solid. And they just look nice and feel nice.
They're super comfortable, really warm. Even if water gets inside, it kind of just contains it and holds it to your foot, so there isn't any flushing going on. The only thing I don't love and that I could really kind of find flaw with the Vans boots is that getting them on and off is a challenge.
Most boots are made by wetsuit companies. You can tell that this one is made by a footwear company. There's a lot of thought that went into it, and it's just a premium surf boot. Vans Surf Skate Booty. Top of the line.
Round 5.
I took the Billabong 4-3 for a spin, and I did a lot of sitting out there. It was really long lulls, and I found myself still staying really warm in this suit. I think it all comes back to that graphene that they have on the inside. It basically gets warmer faster than other suits and stays warmer longer.
Especially on the chest and the back, it had this extra high-tech fuzzy stuff, and so my core was super warm. But at the wrists and the ankles, it soaked up water quite a bit, and I felt like that kind of kept those spots a little chilly the whole time.
When I had to paddle for a wave and had to maybe push somebody off a wave, the suit felt super mobile and limber and lithe. So I love it for comfort. I love it for warmth. This is a really, really great suit.
This is the Billabong Women's 3 mil booty. It has the nice split toe, which gives you a little more structure and stability in the footbed. But it kind of lets water in at the ankle.
They're definitely a little bit waterlogged, but there is some graphene on the inside, so I think that maybe that cancels out the cold that the water might bring in. The grip felt nice, everything felt nice. What I'm finding is basically nobody really makes a bad surf boot in 2021.
Round 6.
I just got this new suit from ONeill. It's called the Blueprint, and it takes everything that they've learned over the past 50 or whatever years and applied it to this. And I basically felt like a gladiator. It's like you have a full plate of armor to protect your vital organs, but then just something loose and limber up top so that you can slash the fuck out of the other guy.
I gotta say, here at the home of ONeill Wetsuits and Jack O'Neill's namesake brand, I might have been a little let down. This suit didn't have the same super fancy, ultra warm, high-tech chest plate that Mikey's suit did. It's just kind of straight up neoprene, which makes you feel all slick and sexy as a woman, but a girl's gotta be warm in the water. So that would have been a nice addition, but otherwise, not too bad.
Yeah, I think it's a great suit all around, comfortable and warm at the same time, pretty much the best of both worlds, and that's exactly what we're here to find. So well done to ONeill.
Round 7.
The Quicksilver suit was my full body armor. I got slammed so many times out there. It was so shallow, just bouncing off the reef, and never really felt a thing. So protective, if that was one of the qualities we were testing, it would be 100. But it wasn't like out of the ballpark in warmth or comfort, but it was really good in both. The neoprene feels nice, the seams are good, it's a solid, well-made suit. And ultimately it saved me from a brutal hiding out there, so I will forever be in its debt.
Is that your best?
Game begin.
Welcome to the track. We're here for the agility test. Today we're gonna put our 3 top suits through a 40-yard dash to find out which one is the most supple, flexible, and easy to move in. I'm gonna be testing out the Farrell, the ONeill, and the Billabong.
And I'm gonna be testing out the Mollusk suit, the Farrell, and the Buell. And Vans ended up being the winner of the booty test for both the men's and the women's category. So we're gonna use them today for our agility test.
The fastest 40-yard dash of all time is 4.12 seconds by Christian Coleman. That's gonna be our benchmark. So let's suit up and see which brand is the fastest. This one already feels like it's gonna be fast. The arms and legs are so stretchy. I feel fast as fuck.
On your mark, get set, go. 573.
Oh, so close. Not exactly a professional timer. I guess that means Farrell is the winner. Kind of surprising actually, because the Billabong and the ONeill are super stretchy, but maybe just the Farrell's a little bit lighter, and that was the difference.
I'm gonna try this baby out, see how fast it goes. I have a good feeling about this one. Let's see.
On your mark, get set, go!
What'd I do?
702. Cracked the sound barrier. 6.82.
What?
705.
Ah!
Not your fastest.
Not my fastest.
Also your worst.
I thought it was gonna hold me back and be harder to run in, but with that thickness came a lot of soft flexibility, so Buell's the winner for the women's. On to the next challenge. Let's do it.
Getting in and out of wetsuits can be notoriously tricky, but we want to see which suit will make your pre and post surf experience as seamless as possible.
I think you gotta do it without the boxers. Not without. Just without getting caught. 3, 2, 1, go. There. 59. Oh, yes! Got it! All right, so ONeill comes out on top. I guess it makes sense. They have this super stretchy stuff in the arms and legs that kind of just makes it a little bit easier to pull and get in and out of. So they broke the 1 minute barrier and they're the easiest entry suit on the market this year. 3, 2, 1, go.
So Farrell was the clear winner of the ease of entry test. It was just like silk, just sliding on and sliding off without any extra effort. It was really just super speedy. So we're gonna move on to the next challenge.
There's literally a down and up button on here.
We are here at the iconic Santa Cruz Harbor to run these suits through their weight test. We're gonna weigh them while they're dry, and then we're gonna submerge each suit for 60 seconds, get them nice and wet, and see how much they weigh after. So the Buell women's suit came in at just under 4 pounds, dry. Buell is clocking in at 6 pounds, so that's a 2 pounds difference wet, just a little bit heavy for a soaked suit. Looks like it's a pretty light suit. It's coming in at about 3 pounds. Kind of has like a water resistant look. Okay, let's weigh this thing wet. The Mollusk suit comes in at just a hair over 5 pounds. So that's a 2 pound difference from when we started. And now we test out the Farrell suit for the dry test. Also a pretty light suit. It looks like it's actually coming in a little heavier than the Mollusk at 4 pounds. Completely wet, the Farrell suit comes in at 5 pounds, just barely. So the winner of the weight test for the women's category is Farrell. It took on just under a pound of water, which is something really notable when the other suits took on 2 or more pounds of water.
All right, Billabong. They say graphene is the lightest material on Earth, so let's put that to the test. Right around 4 pounds. Not bad.
It's not that much. It's only 7.
Got the ONeill suit here. Curious to see how much this one weighs because the arms and legs feel super light, but the middle section with that smoothie feels pretty heavy. Just under 5 pounds. This is so crazy. You can literally see air bubbles coming out of it. Just over 7 pounds. It didn't take on quite as much water as the Billabong, but its overall weight is a little bit more. Farrell suits feel like they have the least amount of stuff going on. Dry, 4 pounds. This suit just feels like it doesn't absorb water like the others. Just a bee's dick over 5 pounds. It gained a pound.
So Feral was the clear winner in this one. Nobody else even came close, and that's probably because their neoprene is so tightly woven that it just doesn't absorb water, which is clearly a superior method.
I love being cold. It's like my favorite thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna freeze, dude. I'm gonna go King Tut style, straight into the tomb. Cryo!
I have the mollusk.
We talked to a doctor, and they said if you get into a cryo chamber with a wet wetsuit, it will literally freeze, and you might break into 1,000 pieces. So let's hope that that doesn't happen.
How cold is a standard session?
The first round, we'll probably try and get someone down to like -220. There is actually, a real frostbite concern.
You literally used the word frostbite.
So, who's going in?
We're gonna use these little guns to test our external temperature when we go in, and then we're gonna measure ourselves as soon as we come out, and that will hopefully tell us which suit is keeping us the coolest, or warmest. Coming in at 87.
Starting with the Buell suit. I'm really curious to see how this is gonna go.
So overall, I feel like the suit's doing a pretty good job. And like as I'm talking, I'm like getting colder. My feet are cold.
Coming out.
Oh, you're down to 81.
It was 87?
Yeah, you're
Oh,
at
wow.
87.
Dang. Science.
I feel like the coldest parts of the suit are the parts of the suit that are like the most snug to my body.
Ooh, down to 76.
So a 9-degree difference, 9-degree drop. Last suit, doing the Mollusk women's full suit. Frigid, icy, chilly, freezing, frozen. Burr. Burr, burr, burr. I feel like a popsicle, but like not in a bad way. So
76.5.
it's a 6.5-degree difference in the Mollusk suit. So Buell is the winner of the Women's Cryo Challenge.
Between 85.8 and 86.
First suit is the ONeill. Ready to go.
Just try not to breathe in the nitrogen directly. If you breathe in the nitrogen, you'll pass out.
I feel like a block of dry ice. Oh my god, the suit is getting kind of stiff. Oh, my hands are. Oh!
Not much lower, like 86 still.
This is either the warmest suit ever, or that thing does not impact wetsuits. I would definitely say I feel a little colder in this one. It just feels like there's nothing inside to like kind of keep me nice and cozy.
Go. Get that core.
82.
Significantly colder. Billabong doesn't have the same kind of like smoothie protective layer as ONeill, but they do have graphene on the inside, which is supposed to be the warmest material on Earth.
I'm baking like a toasted cheeser. It's so hot here.
Oh, the suit's getting stiff again. I feel like a White Walker. My core still feels pretty solid, but okay, yeah, it's getting a little chilly. All right, let's check the suit.
0 degrees.
And climbing.
1-degree drop.
1-degree drop.
Yep.
All right, still really solid.
Yeah.
Congratulations to ONeill. Your new blueprint tech is officially the warmest in the cryo chamber. Well done.
Bring it back. Oh yeah, no. She looks taller than she is already because she's on the high
Do you want me to
side.
stand on the other side? Okay, it's fair. So we just finished all of our other challenges. We're gonna have one last surf in each of the 3 finalist suits, just to see which ones are our favorites in the water.
And yeah, I don't have anything to add.
Feral suit was super soft, really slippery, easy to get on and off, so that's a major plus, but not quite as warm as the Buell, I gotta say.
So the Billabong suit is great to surf in. Feels like the type of suit you could wear every single day and be totally stoked in it, but it's not the best suit that I wore this year.
The Mollusk suit, for as stylish and minimalist of a suit it is in terms of branding and design, I just don't think it stands up to these suits in terms of warmth and really staying out in the water for a long time, but it's a beautiful suit nonetheless.
ONeill. I wore it in the worst conditions that we tested all week. It was rainy, it was cold, and I just couldn't find anything wrong with it. It's just so stretchy, and it just feels like you're wearing a tank top basically, like pure warmth through the middle and pure mobility up top.
I gotta say, I'm really impressed with the Buell suit. It seems like these guys who are local to Santa Cruz really know what they're doing when it comes to cold water wetsuits. Really warm, and for how thick it feels kind of when you put it on, it's really flexible, and I really think it might have outranked the other two in the overall surf test.
My beloved ferrule, the Yamamoto neoprene, you can't beat it, the way it feels in your skin and the way it looks and everything. But it does have one downfall, and that is that it's a little bit stiff. I think over time it probably kind of becomes a little bit softer as you wear it in, but it's just not quite the best for paddling right off the bat. So after tallying up all 5 challenges, we have our winners. In the men's category, it's the ONeill Blueprint, and in the female category, it's the Buell RB2.
Flawless victory. Well done. I rule this world.